Well, the MP's wind has been broken big style. Whether it's targeted or whether it's just local yobs. I mean, they did tell a lot of lies. Well, the plant guys are back again, doing whatever they're doing to the plants. So much more servicing to that than there is to all the other plants everywhere. And that must be costing a fair bob or two, because we've got a crane and lift and what have you. All they seem to do is cut it. Well, it's pissing down with rain, and it just sort of showed the state of paths on Cheshire East. This is West Street, but no doubt most other paths are the same. Just puddle after puddle after puddle. It's not quite so bad now, but it's just supposed to freeze now while we're in winter. It's never unsafe to walk down here. It's just puddles and puddles and puddles. And some are little puddles, and some are bloody big puddles. And look at this one here, we've got a mini river going here. These are quite deep puddles. Another big one. I'm sure lots of Cheshire East are like this. Nobody can bloody lay bloody paving for a frigging road nowadays. Talk about real puddles. This here, and if you look back on my video, we've had about 6 goes at this. And it's like a bloody river. Still the haven't fixed it. Good example of why we get puddles. And you get splash like that. And there's the puddle. And there's the grid, which is higher than the puddle. Water done as well flow upstream. Now today we've got Bright Street closed because we were doing Samuel Street last week, and they're doing these little side streets, so you can't sort of see much action, but it's closed anyway. Well, they do seem to be doing more at the pavements than at the actual road. Can't see anything on the road, but lots of action on the pavement. So Samuel Street, they closed the road last week, and all they've done is bodge little bits like this. The fact that the road's collapsing and going downhill there, there's another one up here. So they're not actually doing the road, they're just doing the pavement and bodging them. And again, the same thing's happening here. You can see nothing's ever go down that grid because it's lower there. So why it's all sinking is anybody's guess. Well, we've now boarded up the MP's office. There's supposed to be an investigation into this. Like I say, whether it was targeted or just yobs. So the old outside markets are now starting work on this escape room and axe throwing. A big ball, I don't know what that's for. I mean, we've got an escape room, or escape rooms down Dunwoody Way. That's something a bit different. And certainly axe throwing, I don't know whether that's the best idea in Crewe really. It might give them some ideas. I don't know what's happening with the traffic, it's absolutely gridlocked. No cars moving at all by the municipal, and the roundabout's locked, the bridge is locked. So what the attraction is, I don't know. So the gates are open in the old library so we can get a good view of what's going on. The court is getting quite magnificent. A bit OTT for a bit of steps, but nevertheless. They have closed the road because they're looking at presumably drain, because it's looking at a drain here and we've got a digger there, so presumably they've got to get the drain across the road. And they have sort of updated us, Cheshire East, because they did say, because there's like 3 projects here, they did say it got to be finished by October. Well, that referred to these projects. The actual History Centre isn't due to open until 2026. When we had COVID, they whacked up the hospital in like a month, so why it's going to take them so long. Well, it's now clarified, so this presumably has got to be open by October, and then we'll have to fence it off here somewhere for a history centre, which is going to give them a lot of room. Or Hightown and the digging holes again. Noisy sound. I also noticed that the fireworks shop's up for sale. They're making a lot of row, but I don't know what they're digging it up for. There is traffic lights. Does anybody else find the legs out when they walk around Cheshire East? I don't know how clear we can see this, but this is like that. So you're walking along, lots of the paths, you've got this angle on them, so you're putting a lot of weight on one foot. On High Street there's all sorts of activity. They're not sure exactly what they're doing because you seem to be building a little house here. We've got a big digger, a lot of people standing around supervising. So exactly what that's going to be, I don't know. But, see if we can find anybody to tell us. Whatever it is they're doing, it's right at the end of the path, which means, I presume, they've got to knock that wall down and make a path from there. Unless you're going to jump over this bloody whatever it is. Well, Oak Street, they've actually moved the digger from last week and the week before. We've got a little pile of rubble there, another little bit over there, and not a soul of sign of anybody doing anything. Why are you closing it down for like a month and don't do anything? One would assume they've got to get all this tarmac up as a first job. I'll say goodbye to the tree. They have at last got rid of it. I'll say got rid of it because there's still a lot of bloody roots down there. There's pipes down there still, so we'll have one sort of. Say goodbye to Mr. Tree. New crossing's not in use. I'll just take a walk down towards the bridge. See what they're doing down here. They're putting a big island in there, making a hell of a lot of noise. So it's still a bit of a mystery how they're going to do anything down here. They are digging up all the tarmac everywhere. But it's not clear what they're actually doing. We know it's supposed to be a cycleway, but certainly making a lot of noise. So Bright Street's still closed. So a lot of what they're doing is just putting a little bit in here and there. But it is pavements they're doing, not the actual road. There's another bit marked out here. So it does seem a bit excessive to close the road to do the pavement. Well, they don't fix the grids while they're doing it, because this is another flood and the grid's blocked. Half the problem with the pavements is utilities coming along, digging something up and then bodging it up. So you can see down here we've got one sort of line where Lila Connect dug everything up. You've got patches there. That's Lila Connect again. More patches here. And the road's like the Rocky Hills of Calcutta. So it floods because the patches are blocking the water. But just doing these two little bits doesn't really solve anything. It's been pouring down all week, so there's one advantage of that to for Jubilee Gardens. Drunkards don't like standing out in the rain. So for once there's no sign of any drinkers. And this was going to be a pocket park, and they did all this surveying. Nothing's happened. By the looks of it, all the drinkers are now gone in the trolley park. Get out of the rain. It's such a shame this little park is just ruined by the fact of drinkers, and everywhere you look there's beer cans and rubbish, and I don't know what the solution is to it. It won't stop him, whatever it is. And by the limelight we've still got this big hole, there's nobody about. Still got traffic lights. They're probably waiting for somebody qualified now to come and fill the hole in. And the Great British Farm Shop's supposed to have been renovated and open, but it's closed again, so I don't know what's gone wrong there. Now the MP's shop's boarded up, or they still haven't repaired it. I know there's been a lot of talk because he's voted for this to stop the fuel payment for hundreds of millions of pensioners, so people are not happy with him. Well, the old library, the gates are open this end, so we can get a view in where we normally struggle, so we can see clearly what they're doing for the court. I've got a big mound of rubbish there, and this appears to be a road. So they've only got a few weeks. If they're going to do it in October, one thing they're not solving is all the bloody floods down here. You just got bloody soaked again. They've got thousands and thousands of bricks, whether that's ready for the history centre. But other than that, there's not really a lot to see. It seems to be mostly this courtyard. There still is this massive flood down here, so you have to walk against the barrier. Otherwise you get absolutely soaked through. I still have a homeless person by the back. It's surprising. I thought it was shifted and on by now, but it's still there. Not the weather to be homeless, is it? And by the limelight, they're going to stage further, road ahead closed. I don't know why it's closed and why it's closed. crossing Nottingham. So presumably doing somewhere around the corner, oh, down there it's closed.